Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video all about the behind the scenes of the social media influencer industry, I guess we can call it. I get a ton of questions almost daily about working with brands, getting on PR lists, how much you should charge for posts, things like that, things that I wish I knew when I had first started out, so I just kind of want to pass this information on. And if you guys want me to do more videos like this talking about the behind the scenes or other topics similar to this in the social media influencer industry, let me know down in the comments below what other types of topics you want me to speak on, and like and subscribe so I know that you like these type of videos and I can definitely do more of them for you. So without further ado, let's just jump right on into the video. So the first thing I get asked a lot is reaching out to brands. Is it okay to message them? Is it okay to inquire about working with them? What's the deal with that? Or should you just wait for the brands to reach out? So in my experience, I have done both things. When I was smaller and I wasn't getting the brand attention that I was hoping for, I reached out to brands personally, and this is okay to do, and brands expect this of you. If you do choose to reach out, you need to be very professional about it. You need to tell them about yourself, what you're looking for, what you can offer them. At the end of the day, it is business, and they're not just going to send you free makeup for the hell of it. You guys need to give them a reason, show off your work ethic, tell them a little bit about yourself. What kind of makeup do you do? What kind of posts do you do? If you have any of their products in your collection, which ones do you love? Include your social media links, maybe some photos in the email of some of your best work so they don't have to go digging for it. Keep it kind of short because obviously they're getting a ton of emails throughout the day and they don't have time to read a novel. Keep it short and sweet to the point. A lot of times brands do not respond, or they're very slow with responding, so do not get discouraged if you find that this happens to you. Just keep pushing and eventually you will grab their attention, and if not, then they're missing out. When you do get larger and start to grow, brands will reach out to you personally. That's why it's super important to have a business email in your bio of whatever social platform you're using. So whether it's brands reaching out to you or you're reaching out to them, just remember to keep it super professional and sell yourself. This is your time to shine. Another thing to remember when speaking with brands is make sure that the email that is reaching out to you is legit. I cannot tell you how many stories, how many situations I've had where you think that a brand is reaching out to you, get super excited, you respond back super quick. You need to check to be sure that the email that is being sent to you is from the brand. So for example, if there is a brand called Blue Cosmetics, let's say, if they are reaching out to you, they will usually be hello@bluecosmetics.com is the email that they would message you from, or pr@bluecosmetics.com is what they would be emailing you from. That is legit. That's how you can tell that it is a verified brand messaging you. Now, there are situations where people will impersonate brands to get your information, try and get your address, try and do all sorts of crazy stuff. People are wild out here, so you really need to protect yourself and be aware. So if you're getting emails from Gmail or Yahoo or AOL trying to message you and say that they're from Anastasia Beverly Hills, do not believe them. Please don't fall into the trap of giving out your personal information, anything like that. Always verify that the email address is from that exact brand, whether it be on their website or talking to a friend. Be sure that you're not messaging your personal information to someone who is using it for the wrong reasons. So a question I get asked often is, do you have to have a certain number of followers? Do you have to have a lot of followers? Do you have to have more than this number of followers to reach out to a brand? And the answer is no. You don't have to have any specific number usually when being on a brand's PR list. So focusing on your craft and your originality and your creative content is what's ultimately going to sell you to brands, not the number of followers you have. Of course, followers do factor into it because them sending you thousands of dollars worth of PR, they need to know that it's going to someone who is serious about social media and is putting an effort into it, so they're not going to send it to someone who has 3 posts and 10 followers. Of course, you need to show that you're putting in an effort, and even if you only have a couple thousand followers, if they can see that you're consistently posting unique, creative, fun looks and putting your all into it, they're ultimately going to see that you're someone who's worthy of being on the list. So do not get discouraged if you feel like you do not have a lot of followers or you're comparing yourself to others who are on PR lists. It doesn't usually matter how many followers you have, it just matters your dedication that you have towards growing and creating and things like that. So just keep pushing, making content, and staying consistent, and that is what is ultimately going to grab a brand's attention. If you guys want any more tips on tips for up and coming influencers that can help you to get brands' attention and things like that, I have a video already up on my channel. I will have it linked up in the cards up here and down below if you guys are interested. I just include some tips that are helpful for when you're first starting out and to help you get off the ground and start running and growing your page. Something else to talk about is sponsored posts. When your page starts growing, you get a little bit of a following, whether it's 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 followers, people are going to start reaching out to you to do sponsored posts. And this is great because this is often how influencers make money and become sustainable off of their social media of choice, whether that be YouTube, Instagram, etc. So something to keep in mind is to not work in exchange for product. I see people do this all the time, and it hurts my heart so much because you're putting so much time and effort into this. You're giving them a service and they are not respecting your craft enough to give you the payment that you deserve. Of course, if a brand wants you to do a shadow tutorial, they need to send you that eyeshadow palette, but they should also be paying you for your time that you're putting in to create that eyeshadow tutorial. I know when I create tutorials, it takes me hours of video editing, of filming. There's a lot of time that goes into it, and you deserve to be paid for it. And they usually prey on smaller influencers who do not know that you guys can ask for compensation for your time that you're putting into creating this content for them. Nothing is for free in this world, and creating videos and photos don't just come out of the air. It takes a lot of time and work. Basically, just know your worth. Charge, even if it's just a little amount, for your time and work that you're putting into whatever content it is, whether it be video, photo, story shout out, things like that. However, I don't want to say that if you are comfortable taking product in exchange for payments, then that's fine. You can take those eyelashes in exchange for a post if you feel comfortable doing so. Just don't let people take advantage of you because it happens really often. I'll tell you guys, when I was a smaller account, I had a very large brand reach out to me. They wanted me to do a bunch of sponsored posts for them, and they sent me a box of their makeup in exchange for it, and I was super excited because I got all this free makeup from this brand I've looked up to and loved for so long. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do these sponsored posts. But then I'm doing the time and work for creating these videos and photos that they wanted out of me, and I was like, this is a lot of work. This box of makeup isn't really worth it for all this time that I'm putting in to create this content for this large brand that obviously has the budget to pay me for my time. So all I'm trying to say is please charge for your time. Your time is valuable, your time is money, and don't let them make you feel like you're not worth it. So another thing that's kind of awkward is deciding what your rate is, because it's really weird sometimes to think about putting a price on photos or videos of you doing makeup. I know it's strange at first, but it is something that you gotta kind of determine at some point. So something that I found really helped me to determine my rates is a website called Social Blue Book. It's a place where you can just input your social media details and they will tell you flat out what your rate should be for photo posts, story posts, video posts, things like that. It's not exact, but it is pretty good at getting you in the right kind of range of what you should be charging for your posts. So if you're unsure about what to charge, definitely check out Social Blue Book, because that's what helped me a ton and gave me kind of the ballpark amount of what I should be charging. And I'll also have Social Blue Book linked down below for you guys if you guys are interested in checking it out. Not sponsored, just it's a super helpful tool. So another thing we got to talk about is contracts. Now, contracts are very common in the behind the scenes of the beauty industry, especially when you're working with brands and money is involved. They make you sign a contract to protect not only them, but yourself, usually. So just know that it is very common if you are charging a brand, they will typically have a contract involved, especially if it is for a larger sum of money. Now, what is not common, I mean, it is common, but it's not right, is for brands to make you sign a contract when you're not being paid. So don't get sucked into that. I definitely made that mistake as well. That's why I'm letting you guys know so you don't make the same mistakes as I did. Don't sign a contract in exchange for product. Don't sign a contract through just verbally saying that you're going to do something. Only sign a contract contract if money is involved. There's no reason to sign your name away and sign your rights away to someone for no reason at all. Contracts can be a little scary. Definitely read them over before signing anything. Have an adult read over them. Have a few people read over it just to be sure there's nothing sketchy in it. If you have someone with a legal background in your family, definitely have them read over it and be sure that you're not getting scammed, because a lot of brands sometimes will try to throw things into that contract and be super sketchy. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I'm sorry if it was a little all over the place. I just kind of randomly decided to film this today and I didn't have a lot of time to plan. So I hope that this gave you guys a little bit more insight to working with brands and companies and contracts and PR, all that fun stuff that goes into doing social media influencer type things. If you guys have any more questions, you can leave them down below, and if I get enough questions, I can definitely do a part 2 to this. I love helping you guys out because these type of videos are what I wish I had when I first started out, so I definitely want to create more of this content for you guys so that you guys don't get scammed or swindled, anything like that. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on that bell so you're notified if I do upload a part 2. And I think that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!